Ignatius had a very interesting relationship with the law, to the different authorities that he found himself under. Because there would be times that he'd be incarcerated, or there'd be times when he knew there was an investigation against him or against the Jesuits. And so he would allow the whole process to play out, but everything he wanted to be out in the open. And so when he was able to escape the jail, he knew that he wanted to work with people publicly about the faith. There would be no way that he would just escape and try to hide, because his whole mission was to publicly draw people to the Lord and to be able to talk openly about what God had done for him and what God could do for other people. And so when the Jesuits, for example, in Rome would run into some sort of opposition and people would begin spreading rumors about them, then there would need to be an investigation. And at least one occasion, that investigation turned up that there was absolutely nothing wrong with what the Jesuits were doing. And so he was basically informed, we've dropped the investigation, everything is okay. But the investigation, people knew about it. So Ignatius went back and he said, we need you to complete the investigation, and we want papers, we want letters patent that say that we have not done anything wrong. Why? Because for him, the mission of the Jesuits was a public mission. And therefore, if there was any doubt or suspicion that could in any way be ameliorated by some sort of a legal authority, he wanted to do that. He didn't want the mission ever to be under any sort of suspicion that couldn't be answered in one way or another. And you have to imagine that there were rumors surrounding the Jesuits. He had been from Spain, he'd gone up to Paris, they had from Paris had come as itinerant preachers practically to Rome. So there were rumors spreading all around. So he knew that there were some things you could not avoid. But what you could avoid, get the best help you could for the government to say, no, this is false. What ends up happening then for Ignatius is that he begins to operate as best he can in the public sphere, looking for the best ways to help people, to serve them, to bring them closer to the Lord, and not allowing the rumors and the suspicions to get in the way. For us, it can be really very helpful because so often in our lives, there are things that people try to keep as a secret, or that don't tell this person, don't tell that person, just between you and me and whatever. Ignatius had very little use for that. What he did have use for is for people to be honest and to proclaim exactly what they were about as they were about it. And that sort of frankness, that sort of honesty, we can learn a lot about in our own day and age from Ignatius, who had to face the public and chose to live his life in the public sphere so that people could come to know what Christ wanted to do for them. And that's the wisdom of St. Ignatius, the wisdom we find in his autobiography for today.